I like watching Tubi movies.
Tubi Movies.
Us too. It's so bad, it's good.
Yes, okay.
Can I sit and watch this trailer? And I want you to tell me at the end of it what this movie is about. And she sits and she watches it. And so anything happened to her. 3-minute mark. She's like, what is going on? And then it gets to 6 minutes and she still don't know. I'm like, we have no idea. You know, the trailer is supposed to give you a good idea what the movie is going to be about.
At least the gist of it.
We have no idea.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 23, our Michael Jordan episode or LeBron episode, depending on what generation you grew up in. You know, I'm trying to start no fights before we even get to the episode. But today was another special episode. We got a string of guests on Slightly Less Than Perfect for the next couple weeks, maybe. We'll see what happens. But introductions. This person was a friend of a friend. Yeah. But has become a friend. Mm-hmm. Was a random dude that I met on my anniversary. My first anniversary is random guy I met because he is a friend of a good friend. Yeah. Which actually turned out to be a husband of a good friend now.
Look how that works.
But, it's funny how that works. We got the Jazzy Juan with us. Yeah. With the retractable brand and the bountiful reason. We about to get right into it. Gonna do a little different today. We're gonna do a little interview style instead of out of pocket today.
Oh shit!
Oh man,
Marcus and Kid's Barbara Walters on.
Man. It's the fact that we made the pivot to gaming, and Gabby's a gamer, but Juan's not. He's a gaming. I'll say gaming adjacent. Gaming adjacent. And like it's also in a unique situation too, because usually the gamer's the guy married to a non-gamer girl. You're in a unique position because. Yeah. Gamer girl married to a non-gamer guy. It's just a unique position to be in. So you don't get to talk to two people now. Shit. So like, how did it?
Time to gatekeep.
Time to gatekeep. Get ready.
Also, you guys met the wife last episode, Miss Gabby.
Miss Gabby, yeah, she's
Mrs.
She's
Gabby.
a lot. She's a lot. You know, this is the man that
I'm
it's
the
him.
one that,
it's
I'm
him.
the one that took that a lot. I took that a lot and put a ring on that a lot. So I'm him.
Made an honest woman out of her.
Yeah,
made an honest woman out of her. And as a friend of hers from her teenage years, you made an honest woman out of her.
Yeah, I can see that.
Tell you about the owie yet?
Yikes!
No? Oh,
just fun fact: Slightly Less Than Perfect is not
this podcast. Gabby, do it.
Slightly Less Than Perfect is not responsible for anything that happens to Juan after the release of this video.
You got to put that in the front of the episode.
I'm just done. We got all the legal stuff out the way. Got the legal stuff out the way.
Hey, you know what's funny? I'm gonna bleep that part out.
There we go. It's still in the original. It's embedded in the original. So how was it starting off? Like Gabby gave us a little taste of your first time you found out that she was of the nerd persuasion.
Oh yeah. So man, I think she doesn't know how to hide things good. So let's just put that out there first. Like she is the worst hider. Like even with just like the poker face is just not good. So
that is true. She has to start
giggling so bad.
It's so bad, like literally. So I found something interesting on the television. You know, one day when we first started dating, and it wasn't a Netflix like interface. It wasn't a Hulu. Like I just clicked on the TV. And I asked Gabby. She tells the story a little bit differently. I'm gonna tell it from my version, right? Because it's like her side, my side, and the truth is somewhere in between. So I'm like, what is this? You know, that was my word. She might say I said something different. I'm like, what is this? What are you watching? And I found out it was anime. And so I didn't really understand the full, like, I knew Dragon Ball. She makes fun of me, right? Dragon Ball Z. That's why she got me the shirt, by the way. Like Dragon Ball Z and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, like Dragon Ball Z. And then she's like, kind of rolled her eyes, like, no, not like Dragon Ball Z. And that's when I didn't know what Dragon Ball Z was to the people in the anime.
That's a touchy subject.
Yeah. So I didn't know. So it was like, oh, okay. So she kind of explained it to me, but she just felt bad that I found out. And I felt bad that she felt like she needed to hide that from me. Cause after we started to talk about it, I'm like, I don't care, bro. Like, I really don't. Like, if this is something that you like, then that's cool. But I will say she's been a heck of a gatekeeper though, when it comes to this. Like, she is, I try to like, hey, you know, what should I watch? You know, I want to, you know, kind of do this with you. You know, you do it a lot, you know, you watch it. So like, hey, like, any good things I should watch? And then she would tell me something and I try to watch it. And I'm like, oh, I ask questions and she's annoyed by the questions. I'm like, well, I'm trying to figure out who these people are. Like, what's the story about? And so it's just been a lot of just like pushback from me trying to learn about the entire kind of this genre of the anime or whatever. I found a couple shows I like though. Like, you know, I seen the Beastars was something that I
It's a deep end. You go.
That's what I'm saying. When you told me that, I'm like, no, you dropped right into
the ocean.
You did. You jumped. You free falling in the ocean, bro.
And you know what? Another thing that I can't really get with is the captions, man, and
subtitles.
And the subtitles. Like I can't get with the Japanese stuff. Like it has to be English for me. Like so, I tried it, but I'm just like I'm tired of reading the screen. Like
I understand.
I just want to hear y'all talk. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm slowly dipping into it, but I'm not there. I need the English, man.
Well, the fourth guy in our friend group who was there with us in high school, he also watched anime since high school. His preference is also English. Without the subtitles. Same reason. Same exact reason.
Yeah.
And I did not expect that from Alex.
It's weird. The weirdest part, though, is that it is Alex. And, like, Alex is, like, he's been the one, like, you know that dude that always knows everything? He's been that guy by anime. He knows, like, when the stuff comes out, like, when it's early, when it's dropping a random... whatever. Like, he's always been that guy. But the thing about it is, like, the English is always, like, 2-3 years behind the written. I'm like, bro, you told me about this 3 years ago. I watched it. And now you watched it in English. I'm like, I'm already done with it. And you told me about it.
Yeah. I didn't even know that's what I'm saying. Like, you were breaking it down the other day. I didn't know, like, I kind of knew what the manga was, but I didn't know how it went. Like, oh, this came out all these years before it even came to me. I'm like, damn. So, like, people probably seen this so many years before, and I'm just not watching it, so I can kind of see how that's like, oh man, we kind of off that. Like, I get that, because you would be like that on music, because it'd be like, same you
vibe.
Heard this song? Oh man, that stuff. Oh, what are you talking about? Let me put you on some new Kendrick Lamar. Like, what is you still listening to that, the old stuff? So it's like, I kind of get it from that perspective, but what really kind of grinds my gears is like, I'll try to watch it, and then she'll be like, there you go again. It's just not your thing.
It's
just not your thing.
That's
you know,
I start to feel like,
that's how you know, spicy.
But it's just like, maybe wait till she's asleep, and then it's just like shame sneak down is there, because I actually understand the feeling of having to tone down to tone down the anime, because you got some people around who are gonna hear this Japanese stuff, and they're going like, what the hell is that? What are you watching?
Yeah.
Called anime. Anime.
I understand.
Yeah.
But the music comparison, it actually is a really good comparison, because it is that exact same, because you got the old heads. There's old heads in anime too that like will they won't watch anything past a certain point. Everything back here is the golden era. And
they call us otaku.
Otaku. Yeah, so like the music comparison is really good, because like everything that happens in like, I guess it's just a creative space. So like any type of thing, but like music is a very good comparison. Like anything branch of like people being butthurt for whatever reason that happens in the music sphere, the anime sphere has something exactly happen.
Makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah. So I mean, I found out about that, but I just felt bad that she felt like she needed to hide it from me. I thought it was kind of silly, but I understand that people may got teased or bullied or stuff. Like now it's just more acceptable and it's kind of all out there. So it's it's not a big thing. But I'm like, you don't have to hide that from me. And then I found out about her gaming. And it's like, that's cool. And it sparked interest of me going back to like playing games here and there. So it's like, yeah, let me get back into what I like. Then she does RPG and all this other stuff. And I'm just like, no, this ain't me. Like, I'm watching her play the Final Fantasy. I'm like, nah, this ain't
it's a bit much. It's a bit much.
Yeah.
Talk about otaku. The new Final Fantasies ain't really that much hot take. I don't really think that they're worth watching or playing.
Dang, watching or playing.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
I feel the same, honestly.
I didn't really think I did, but thinking back on it, a lot of them, well, it's because a lot of them, they lose the roots of Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy at its core is supposed to be an RPG. It's supposed to be this epic adventure of like you starting off saving a cat to fighting God. Like this is typical RPG. But the Final Fantasy have had a huge Western influence over the years, and they just blend the games to be more and more Western style than Eastern style. And that's East versus West. That's another big thing in like the whole, more in the video game space than the anime space, but like Eastern style versus Western style. And like Final Fantasy is shifting more towards a Western style of game and losing all the things that made them Final Fantasy, that made them who they were. And that's why a lot of people are, a little butthurt about it. Cause it's growing pains. Like you as cause when you become a multi-million-dollar big IP like that, it's like you try to get more people invested, try to get more people. And it's like, do you keep doing the same? Do you change it up? Do you completely change it up? And it's like, you can't please everybody. You're going to take an L somewhere, some way. True. And it's like, you know, various games, they kind of dictate like where they want to take the L at. And this one currently is like taking the L with the old school RPG fans. Because it has more of a faster pace, like more modern style RPG feel to it. So it's like, you know,
this is the furthest they've gotten away from.
This is the furthest. 16 is the furthest for sure.
Really?
Man, this is Dirge server.
You might actually play this Final Fantasy, honestly, because this is more of an action game than an RPG at all.
Not
insult. It is just that way.
Yeah, when she was playing it, I was kind of like,
what turned you off? It's probably the same thing that turned me and Ryan off, to be honest.
It just don't look fun. It's like the same kind of people she fighting too. It's like kind of boring. I don't like the music too. That's another thing too. Like, you gotta have some good music on these games.
Music is a sleeper hit.
Seriously, like, and it's like, I was watching the story and it just didn't give me the interest that I thought I was going to get from it. So I was like, I don't even watch her play. I'm like, all right, cool. You playing this? I'm going to go ahead and go in another room with Dame and
do whatever.
Yeah.
Right quick. How about we compare that to God of War? Compare to what captured you in God of War?
Yeah, that is a good question. What was the initial draw to God of War? Like, what made you sit down and stay there versus...
Man, because I started killing all those skeletons at the beginning. Like, that was like cutting them up with the sword.
Before you started playing, did you play it first or did you see her play it first?
Oh, that is a great question. So I think she had it and I'm like, this looks pretty sweet. And I think, you know what it was? It was, I heard about the game.
Okay.
I heard about it.
You wanted to see it.
And remember, I was disconnected so long from gaming, but I had heard of God of War. So for me to be disconnected from gaming completely and still hear about this game, what made this game so great? Exactly. So that's what made me play it. And I got to killing people with the axe. And I'm like, you know what? It's kind of alright. So I just stayed with it, completely. Yeah. So that was great. And so now, we game. It's like, it's cool because it's unwinding, decompress, get you a couple hours in and stuff like that. And it's a cool thing. So it's like, that actually brings a good question that I can ask y'all. What's something that maybe your partner or somebody you was with hid from you and you found out about it?
That wasn't... that is a good one.
Because it was... And I'll let y'all think about it for a second because obviously it was the game and then the anime and stuff for me, which again, it wasn't a big deal. And so I was like, all right, cool. This is great. Now we bond over it, but it's just like, why are you hiding this? From me? Like, come on. Like, we need to
something
be
like that.
Open.
I don't know if I ever had anything like that.
You don't have anything that they may hear?
Nothing that was like overt. Like, it was stuff I eventually learned, but nothing I feel like they was hiding from me.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Can it be something that I hid?
Same thing. Same thing. Like, it's stuff that like I found out later that wasn't necessarily like them necessarily hiding. It was kind of like it just didn't come up, so it kind of wasn't a thing.
Yeah. Was it like bad stuff? Was it like some like some stuff where it's like, oh man, I wish I would have knew this about you.
Yeah, kind of with my situation. She just kind of did like at the time, like I smoked weed, like I still smoke weed, but like at the time she just did a little bit more. She did a little more extracurricular activities and that down that. You know what I'm talking about, Breezy. She did a little more extracurricular activities down that road, and I went down that road a little bit with her, but she got to a point where I was like, nah.
It's like I'm not even
because I'm more of I'm what I like call an herbologist. Like if it's organic and it comes from the earth, I give it a try. If it's made in a lab or a bathtub,
too much.
I can't do it. So like, I guess it wasn't. She didn't hide it. She was kind of open about it. Okay. But I guess I didn't realize
how deep it was.
I didn't realize the amount. Because like to me, it's like if you doing some off the wall shit, but you doing it like once off or like at a party.
Okay.
You know what? Live your life, have fun. If you need to do that to get you there to have fun, that's cool. Yeah. But like when it becomes like a weekly, not necessarily daily, but like every other day type deal, that's when it's like, nah, I can't do that.
It's a problem.
That's a problem. I mean, when it like has a super adverse effect on you, like whatever. Yeah. But I mean, if you doing extracurricular shit, nah.
And you're wild, Nah. Oof, that's a tough one.
Yeah, the one girl I was with, what really surprised me about her was she was really into really public displays of affection, like really
that's anti-breezy and heartbeat,
very exhibitionist.
Damn,
and that was a good time. I will admit that was a good time while it lasted. But I didn't expect that because she was kind of in her family, she was from a culture that you really couldn't do much as a woman. So,
I think you talking about
you know what I'm talking about too. And it was just I didn't expect that from her. To a degree, with those types of girls, you do expect like a little bit of extra,
right?
But to that degree, I wasn't expecting that at all.
Nah, some of the stuff you told me, I'm like, nah, bro.
Yeah. It's like no way, no way.
And that was she didn't hide it for long, but once I found it, I was like, all right,
I'm in.
Let's do it.
Man, I don't have anything nearly that exciting. I was just basically like Gabby, man. I was a super anime nerd, and I didn't want that getting out.
Yeah,
so I was just like, I like Madden. I play GTA. You know, my favorite character is that the one with the Barry Sanders guy. That one.
There you go. Sanders guy. He the basketball one, right? Yeah. I'm joking. Anyway, it was basically that. Though. So I was masking. That's what they call it. I was masking.
I mean,
I feel that. I mean, I did too. I had a lot of identity. I struggled with my identity in high school a lot because of that. Because it's like being the black community wasn't accepting of us at that time. You couldn't like video games. You couldn't like comic books. Like you couldn't like any of that. And that's like everything that I love.
Yeah.
So it was like it was weird because like. Did I like be my true self and actually I went between trying to be my true self and like being this person that like anime, and I do also I like basketball, I like football, I like all these things, but it's like anime, manga, and all that stuff. I like that more than I did back. So I'm like, who am I? Like, who would I be? Do I be the typical black kid that I need to be to survive, or do I be the weird anime kid, so to speak?
Yeah.
And honestly, I told Amber was like she was the deciding factor. Like she helped me become okay with being me. Cause like for Amber, we went to school in anime club. She was unapologetically herself.
Nice.
She didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, that's
like
dope.
She would go by her anime name, like as her regular name in school. She wore her shirts and stuff. She talked about it. She walked around openly reading mangas. She didn't give a fuck. She was herself, and she didn't give a fuck who cared, who knew who she was and knew what she liked. And it's like the closer I got to Amber, the more I felt that like I can be okay. Cause it's like she didn't like no fuck, and she's still that same person today. Like even more so. Like don't give a fuck. She's gonna be herself who is. And like I appreciate her so much because she showed me that like it was okay to be me. Like it's okay to be it's okay to be a nerd. It's okay to be weird. It's okay to be that or whatever. And it's like she made me more okay with who I am. And like I appreciate that's why I like RDC World so much because they came out like right after we got out of high school, kind of sort of like they got big right after that. And it's like I'm glad RDC World is there because they gave a whole generation of young black kids a trauma that they didn't have to go through.
Man.
Like, and that's like, I'm sure at this point they know, they understand like what they did, but at that time, I don't think they really knew. They were just a bunch of kids having fun. And it's like, you guys really saved a bunch of kids from a level of trauma that they didn't necessarily need, especially with
definitely
the extra shit that's going on.
Yeah. That's so true. And it's like, it's funny that you just mentioned that, like an anime, you know, playing video games, but still loving sports, still, you know, loving music. Like, why can't we like all this stuff?
That's what I mean.
Like, why does everybody need to be in a box? Like, I feel like I'm multi-layered. Like, I can watch some anime with my wife. I can play a video game. And I can go watch Snowfall with my boys. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I can go to the cigar bar and listen to Kendrick Lamar. I can do all these things, bro. I'm not just this one inbox person. Like, I have so many different things that create me and who I am. Like, I'm a complex individual. I'm not just simple. You know what I mean? So like when I was in high school, one of the things that happened to me is I was bullied. Like, I got jumped early, like freshman year, and I was going to Osborne High School. And so it was so crazy how it happened too, because it was like 15 guys against me, and like I was like at the.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like,
just because I was walking to class, and that was the other thing. That's what I learned quickly. Is like you couldn't even learn there. Like, it wasn't cool to learn and go to class, and like I had a lot of other stuff that I was just interested in, but I slowly like got away from it because of those situations. And now, like what you were saying, identity crisis, I kind of had that. And then I had to quickly be someone else in order to just survive. You know what I mean? So who knows how I would have turned out had I been in a suburban school or been in a private school and I went through everything I wanted to do. Probably had a completely different life, you know? Obviously I am who I am. I don't take away from my experiences, but it's just like, it wasn't okay for you to do these things.
Like this is just extra trauma you just didn't need.
Didn't need. And that's why I came back around to actually getting back in anime, getting back in the video games. It's like, oh yeah, I did like this stuff. I got away from it because I needed to at the time. Like, I didn't want to do all this. Like, I had to be the dude that's skipping class and playing ball and doing all this other stuff. When it's like, I like this other stuff too, but I had to just completely get away from it to, like what you're saying, to survive, to fit in with a different crowd, because I didn't want to fit in with a geeky or nerdy, you know, crowd at the time.
Yeah, it's especially in like, let's not even mention like high school is tough in itself.
Man,
going through hormones and just life itself is already tough enough for like adding all these extra layers of stuff to it as well. But
thankfully I knew you guys, so I had that outlet to express that side of myself. Because otherwise, I was just, you know, I always had that part of myself where I would be able to explore a little bit of that, but I don't have to act like the cool guy before people accepted this part of myself.
That's what it was. And I think that's why, like, I genuinely do like basketball and football, but I think as my younger self, I put effort into basketball and football because of that. For that reason. Like, I did actually enjoy it, but I had to put a little bit more effort into it. So, like, they're like, oh yeah, Mark like basketball, football. It's like, yeah, he watched Dragon Ball too, but he played basketball too. It's cool. Don't worry about it.
There you go. There you go. That's so true.
We were also pretty lucky that our school had a dedicated anime club, like actually accepted by the school, and we would go there every like Thursday, I think it was. And we just go there and we just do just nerd shit. Like the guys would be over playing Yu-Gi-Oh cards or probably playing Soul Calibur. That's kind of what we always do.
Play Soul Calibur.
The girls would be reading porn. Just gonna throw that out there. They'd be reading porn.
For the most part,
legit.
Yeah, just be gay porn, but they'd still be the ones reading porn.
We're looking at you, Amber.
If Gabby was there, she and Amber would be bosom buddies. They basically like,
you know what? Amber and Gabby will be in chaos that should never exist.
Yeah, they'd either be best friends or worst enemies.
True.
But they'd be worse enemies that are secretly best friends, though.
But they definitely would be the ones sharing the porn.
They were rule the world. They were rule the world together.
So bad.
And we just have a place to just be super geeks.
Yeah,
just an outlet to get that out. And I think everyone, like most fan bases, or like hobbies or things need that. Like, you need a space to like just let that energy out, like, and then be able to like enjoy it with other people that have that same.
Yeah, you were so right. Because before I had that, it was me and this really geeky guy in middle school, and he was just unapologetically geeky. Like, he used to like spin his pencil, and we was both equally as passionate about Yu-Gi-Oh. But we'd have great conversations about it, but only he lived it all the time. Like me, I would only talk to him about it. So like when I went to Cass and we didn't have that outlet, it was just me and you guys. But then having an anime club, everybody's playing Yu-Gi-Oh. So it ain't like this like thing you gotta like be hushed about. Yeah. But man, that kid got picked on so much.
And it's like, it's hard though, because even as someone that is in the nerd space so as much as I am, I still want to tell people, like, sometimes you gotta dial it back, bro. Like, I'm not telling you not to be yourself, like, for sure be yourself, but it's like, it's a time and place, you know what I mean? Like, just reel it in a little bit, like, while you're out in public. I mean, like, yeah, you at your home, you with your boys, let it all hang out. But like, in certain places, certain times, just...
Sorry, when you're out in public, just don't run with the airplane arms.
Don't have an airplane arm.
It was people I went to school with that did that. So like, I went to 3 different high schools.
Airplane arms.
Yeah, and when I got to my third one is Davis Aerospace, and then there were people running with the airplane arm. As a matter of fact, it was one dude who he actually had a sword too. So I don't know who he was trying to be or whatever. He was like chasing somebody with his sword, and he wore like a black like leather jacket.
Blade? Wesley, that you?
Man, it was crazy, but he would do that. And I remember he was chasing somebody with the sword, and then he would always wear the jacket every day. It didn't matter what the degrees was. So it could be 100 degrees, 90 degrees. He would have that black leather jacket on. It was like long too. Yeah, I'm like, and then he wore it in school too. Like, you couldn't do that. We wore a uniform.
Man, how the hell did you manage to get away with that?
All right, you're a teacher at your 45K year job. This young man comes in wearing his long black trench coat with a sword in his backpack, and everyone else has a uniform. Are you going to be the teacher that walks up to him and say, "Excuse me, take that off," and get cut in half by his sword?
It depends. Like, how much anime has this teacher seen?
That is true.
I'm gonna say at this point in time. So like, our high school years when anime's not a thing. I'm gonna say 0. Before they seen Dragon Ball Z because they were getting their kids ready at 7 a.m, and it just happened to be on the TV.
Nah, she ain't never seen Trunks. She gonna go there and tell him to take it off,
and that's it.
That's it. Maybe that's who you're trying to be. Maybe you're trying to be Trump. Well, Trump ain't have a long coat.
I think it was either Ichigo or Blade, like Breezy said.
It's gotta be Ichigo.
It's probably Ichigo. Because like, if we were in high school, that makes the most sense.
Yeah.
Because the main character had a long black trench coat and a black sword.
Yeah, and the black. Yeah, that's what he had, man. It's just like so then you got an extreme now. So it's like, oh dang, even if I want to be interested in anime, am I going to be like this person?
You gonna be like him?
Hey, this is where I need to start. Is this the only guy I can talk to about it?
Oh man!
Because they had a group of them, like it was like 5. I want to say.
All with the leather jackets on?
No.
I'm like, they're not running up to school looking like the Power Rangers, right?
They all have like some variation of.
Yeah, exactly. It was like that.
One guy's got a jacket. One guy's got the head protector.
Yeah, exactly. It was like
one guy got the silk Goku shirt on.
Yeah, it was exactly like that. So like, I was like, I don't want to join them because if I join them, like Like, nobody talked to them. Like, they live with their own, like, little 5.
So basically, isn't that Jump Force?
Yeah, that's Jump Force. There's just 5 people from different animes together.
That's it.
That's what it sounds like.
They're saving the world, guys.
They saving the world.
Believe it.
Oh, God, that's so bad.
Yeah. And that's I always try to keep myself separated from the people who are too passionate for
it's like, it sucks though, because it's like, I know I'm just as passionate about you. Yeah. But it's like, bro,
you gotta draw a line. Draw a line.
You gotta let the freak out occasionally. Yeah. Like, for me, like, I did have that silk DBZ shirt back in the day with all the Super Saiyans on it.
Yeah, man. I had that. Someone stole it when I was at a water park.
Sorry. It's such a baller shirt.
It's such a baller shirt.
Motherfuckers at my school.
I was stuck naked at the damn water park, though, man. I had swim trunks. We had to take a bus there. I was out there belly out and shit. And it was like, oh, man, they stole my clothes. I felt so stupid.
That's messed up, man.
But they thought that shirt was the coolest shirt ever. Even people who weren't into anime, people who would say that shit is geeky, you wore that shirt, they was like, "Oh, that's cool, bro."
And the only reason I think it was is because Dragon Ball. The only reason Dragon Ball was okay in a non-anime world is because Goku was just alpha, bro. Like he looks like alpha. He's just big, beefy ass dude, and then he just scream and get just big blonde hair war around him. Then when he start getting the lightning bolts around him, it's like even if you don't like, if you saw this big dude walking around, aura flaring, thunderbolts walking around him, you're like, real or not, bro? Like this bicep 37 inches.
And it's show about scrapping, no less.
It is
about scrapping. Yeah.
Especially Dragon Ball Z. They were just really just throwing hands the whole time.
Every episode, throwing hands.
Or I'm screaming to power up to throw more hands.
But yeah, that's about as far as you get. You couldn't do that same with like a Yu-Gi-Oh shirt. You probably couldn't do that at that time.
No, but he's alpha, bro. Yeah, that's the only reason.
That's true. That's true. I like Yu-Gi-Oh too. That was something I watched, as well as a kid, and that was pretty cool. Like I didn't even know all this stuff was in that category of anime. Like I just thought oh, this is cartoon. Like we talked about that yesterday. It was like, oh, cartoon. Like, and then I started to think like, this ain't no cartoon now. Not like this.
Yeah. Well, and that face you made and that difference right there, that's what the average anime tries to tell someone when they call it a cartoon. It's like, just watch a couple episodes and you'll see the difference between cartoon and anime.
Exactly.
I gotta give it out to the localizers though. If they're able to take an anime and localize it so well that one of us, someone who's not in the know looks at it and thinks that it's just a cartoon, that's a damn good job.
Avatar.
Yeah. That's a unique space too. Avatar. To be able to take something made in a completely different part of the world and to try to like hold it true to what it is in that part of the world, while well as bring it to make it like colloquialisms and stuff. It's very I can only imagine like localizers have a hard time like trying to any language trying to transfer something else, like translate something to the other when it's like this is a local saying that only these 3 cities here don't understand, but now I have to change that to say the same thing but have the same effect in a completely different language on a completely different side of the world. It's like that takes
like that cool bar line for you, Hagashow.
Or like when Zach Bell started talking shit about the Detroit Lions.
That was so funny. We called each other when that happened. Like, y'all watch this anime? Like, they just mentioned the Detroit Lions.
Man, they started shit on the
Lions. Talking about, you lose more than Detroit Lions. And we like, nah, bro, they ain't just cook our team like that.
From like 1995. What I don't know.
They don't know we losing like this.
Exactly. Ain't no way.
Or Lupin, anime from the 70s, mentioned Shaq. It was like, you bench press Shaq.
They mentioned Halle Berry too.
Yeah.
And I was like, what?
Yeah, just random one.
Old as hell. What they know about Halle Berry?
What they know, exactly. That's funny.
Oh, man. But one thing I would encourage you to do, as you get deeper into this nerd space, is find different things made in different part of the world. So, for example, like it's a Bollywood Spider-Man, and there's an anime Spider-Man. Anime Spider-Man has a Mechazord that he jumps into and uses it. Bollywood Spider-Man is a dancer, and I'm just saying, like, it's just
wow.
These crossovers are like weird things together. As you get more further into the nerd space, you're gonna find stuff like this, and it's just like some of them are very good.
Yeah,
some of them are not.
Yeah,
but you'll get the same enjoyment. Either way, because you watch a bad movie and you so enthralled when you watched it and you know it's horrible, but you still watched it. You had just as good time if it could have been like a box office banger. You were excited the whole time. Get that same enjoyment level out. Yeah, that's just what it is. You're gonna find some crossover. You're like, this is what we need right here. This is what the streets need. And the other ones you're gonna find is like, delete that. The person that made it, the person that shared it,
all of it.
Yeah, we got one coming up called Suicide Isekai. That was gonna be wild. It's a Japanese sort of thing. This Isekai big genre. It's like the show where like they go into a video game and they typically like play the video game. These like real life people. So now we get to see like American characters go do that same concept in
So we don't have all the details, but as it looks, imagine if Harley and Joker got put into like a fantasy game with like dragons and magic.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, that's what it's chaos. Like they're both just balls of chaos. So like it's interesting.
Just imagine how that would be. Yeah, that would be dope.
Makes me think of Street Fighter the game, the movie, the game.
What, Mindfuck?
Oh no, the Street Fighter game from like 94 or 95. The Street Fighter movie about the game. The Street Fighter game about the movie.
I seen that. Yeah.
That game was terrible.
Yeah.
You know, you got the DC comic about the Japanese trend about the Western the Western adventure that is in Japanese video games. That's 4. That's 4 double.
And it keeps going.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we know from the 1 minute trailer. It's going to get worse. Yeah. Or deeper down that rabbit hole, so to speak.
Oh man, I got to do it. I got to find this stuff out. Like I'm excited about it. Like I like just crazy stuff, and I like watching Tubi movies.
Oh,
Tubi movies.
Us too.
Oh. It's so bad, it's good.
Okay, so
it is.
So we're at an agreement that Tubi is bad and only has bad movies, right?
Yes.
They banned me from 10 episodes for picking a movie because I picked the Tubi movie.
They're so good. The acting is so bad. It's laughable. It's like a comedy,
We
man.
didn't even get to do blaxploitation yet. That's what I'm saying.
Oh my
No,
god.
I'm 100% in blaxploitation. We can do all of those movies, like all of any movie that came out in the 70s. I'm all down.
Okay.
Okay.
What's one for you? What's one that comes to mind?
The Tubi and the Tubi.
That just blew your mind with this.
Oh my god.
How does this even exist?
It's so many.
It is.
Oh, okay. It's one we just seen. We haven't even watched. You know what's funny?
Yeah.
This movie here. I'm gonna try to remember the name of it, but we haven't even watched the movie. We've only watched the trailer. And the trailer is 6 minutes long.
Hold on, you said the trailer is 6 minutes long?
This trailer is 6 minutes long.
That's like a tenth of a Tubi movie, though.
I mean, that's like the short movie. I mean, a short story.
Bad. The trailer. We sat up there and watched the trailer the first time. And in the 3 minute mark, we was like, what's going on? We still know what this movie is about. It's so good. It's such a good trailer. So by the time we got to 6 minutes, I cannot tell what that movie is about, but I just seen the whole movie in the trailer.
Question: are you sure that was actually like a Tubi trailer? Or was that like one of those YouTube ads that's just
No, it was a trailer. It was a trailer because one thing that I do in my spare time, I sit there and just watch trailers for different things, and then I go to Tubi. I just go through all their trailers and just laugh. Like look how bad this is, and whatever is the worst, that's the movie I will watch.
Nice.
But this trailer was just so bad that I'm like, I don't deserve this. I can't sit there and put myself through this. Like, it was so bad. I'm like, if I sit down and watch this movie, like, I am wasting my life if I watch this movie. And it was so crazy because my little cousin came over last week. And I'm like, hey, can I sit and watch this trailer? And I want you to tell me at the end of it what this movie is about. And she sits and she watches it. And same thing happened to her. 3 minute mark. She's like, what is going on? And then it gets to 6 minutes and she still don't know. I'm like, we have no idea. You know, the trailer is supposed to give you a good idea what the movie is going to be about.
At least the gist of it.
We have no idea. It's so good though. But it's so bad. And I would never watch that movie, but I will watch the trailer again. I will.
6 minutes.
Do nothing. My fucking side.
I'm telling you right now,
Damn.
we should watch that trailer. We should sit down for 6 minutes and watch this trailer. It tell you it's so good.
I'm worried I might die in 7 days after that.
Oh my god. Yeah. But literally, I love the Tubi though.
Yeah,
like when I get a chance, and I'm like, you know what? I don't want to have no brain power right now. For the next hour, 2 hours, I'll watch a Tubi
puts
movie.
it down.
It does.
Tubi puts it. Same energy.
I feel like if Breezy wouldn't have just trolled us and like told us it was a Tubi movie at first, we would have been in the proper headspace. See, the fact of it is like, all right, so the whole purpose of our retro rewind was to find movies, like to see if they hold up to the standard.
They were supposed to be good movies, Breezy.
It was a good movie. Good for conversation.
Great for conversation.
This is this movie, and it's just like. But I will say, watching that movie is an experience. It's not watching the movie. It is an experience.
Yeah,
you go on a journey.
Yeah,
you go on a
just
journey
like that
with
trailer.
like that trailer. You do.
Every emotion.
You do. And you just like, you just want to scream at the TV like, what is going on? Like, it's so good, guys. It's like,
You gotta find that trailer.
I think it's an art to this, though. I think it's like, I think it's like its own genre, like the Tubi genre. Because it's like Detroit rappers, like, because they be rapping so fast, they be offbeat, but now they say like it's a different pocket. Like they say it's
created a
different.
pocket.
Like they created a different. Exactly. It's totally out of pocket, but it's like we got our own sound now. So I think Tubi is gonna have like its own genre. These are Tubi movies. I think it's gonna be a thing.
I feel that. Same energy.
You know what? It's not, because it's really just Tubi just created a space for those B-rate movies, C-rate movies. Even it just created a space where they can exist, and no one can judge them for who they are.
Yeah, no one can.
Same with Amazon Horror. If you ever seen any of those horror movies, I always walk into my mom watching some unexplainable, just like, why the fuck does this exist? movie. Same energy with those and BET on demand dramas, dude. BET dramas and Tyler Perry movies make me want to jump off the ledge. Like I cannot do. Yeah. I would rather watch a novella or like the stories any day of the week before I watch a BET drama. Yeah, because the overacting dramatization of things in those are so bad. They're like, all right, I need you to overact this in a fun way. Yeah. Okay. And I take that to 11 and just make it dumb.
Make it dumb.
Perfect. You know what they do with the script for those movies?
Set them on fire.
That shit. Yep. And just go scene to scene. We're just going to shoot some scenes today. About 7 scenes. 7.
You are in these scenes together. That's it. You like her. You don't like her. He likes you and you don't like him. Yeah. Go for it.
Man, it was so chaotic.
So bad.
Chaos. And they're... It's incomprehensible too. Yeah,
it is.
Because usually in like bad movies, you can find something to latch onto. They either have like good music or the characters are interesting enough that like you don't care what's going on. But the movies are just every aspect of it. It's just something different.
Yeah, they killed my attention because I was really wondering like, where is this going? Is it we got a destination here or what? What are we doing?
One positive I will say though, edited movies on BET are hilarious.
Oh,
watching Baby Boy on BET.
Oh my god! It's
the censorship.
Snakes on a plane.
Snakes on a plane.
Snakes on a plane on CBS. He's Monday to Friday snakes
on his monkey biting plane.
What? So good though. So good.
So good.
Bro, I used to watch the clips for hours on YouTube. The censored BET movies.
Oh, they're so good though. They're so good. They're almost as, I don't know if those are better or bad dubbing is better. Like back in the old days where like Jackie Chan and Jet Li, like their original movies, where they trying to put the English voices in them.
Oh, so bad.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, no. That little kid from Rumble in the Bronx. Horrible. Love that movie, but every time that kid's on, cringe.
Dang.
It wasn't his fault. It was whoever his dub actor was.
It's terrible.
So bad.
Because it's like a point where he's like the center of the screen just talking and the camera's just on him and you're just like, I know this doesn't match up. Like at least give me the shot like the side of his head, back of his head, or him walking or something.
And his actor's so enthusiastic. Like the kid was not that as enthusiastic as the voice.
You know, it was actually kind of funny. I learned that like when you're watching, if you just like go a little bit cross-eyed, it'll kind of blur out the picture so you can't see their mouths.
Who thinks of this?
No, seriously. I just like let my eyes relax. I sort of like just look at their foreheads instead of their mouths, and you can just sort of like sit back and chill. Just like pretend like you're baked, and you just sit back and chill, and you can't see the mouths moving anymore, and the shit syncs up perfectly.
That's one way to fix that. That's one way.
I would just be baked, and then you probably more entertaining.
I mean, then you probably don't even need to.
True. I'm definitely not watching that movie baked. There's better movies to watch.
Yeah.
Like Homer and Eddie?
Like Homer and Eddie.
No, I was baked watching that movie and it was not.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure with Homer and Eddie.
Oh, it's a Tubi movie.
It's a Tubi movie. It's in your Tubi. Yeah, you know what? You watch the trailer for Homer and Eddie and let us know.
Oh,
let us know.
All right. I'll do that.
That trailer.
All lies.
Yeah, that
trailer was all lies.
It's like I said, it's an experience. Like watching Homer and Eddie is an experience.
Yeah, we gotta watch this trailer though that we was talking about.
Yeah,
I need to know.
Find out what it is.
I need to know.
Greatest trailer.
We will do a watch along of it.
Yeah.
We will react to this trailer.
Yeah, that would be a great video, just reacting to the trailer. Like I kind of thought about like if I wanted to start creating just some wild content, I just want to react to Tubi movies.
Hey,
like,
that's
a lane. That's a lane.
That is definitely a lane.
just all Tubi. I'm just reacting to
I mean, I was thoroughly entertained by this, and I hadn't even seen the trailer.
You ain't even seen it.
And I'm thoroughly entertained by this.
Yeah. That's one of the things in my little idea box. I'm like, I should just react to just Tubi movies.
Yeah, reaction stuff does great.
Yeah.
I mean, our best short was a reaction to that isekai he was talking about.
Yep.
Oh wow.
Yep.
Every time I hear it, man, just watch Copcraft instead. It's better.
That's on my list.
Yeah, we need to pick the next movie. I guess we can figure that out today.
Right, I go to Tubi right quick.
We'll figure out the movie.
Yeah, my mom actually sent me a lot of blaxploitation movies.
Yes.
She really likes our retro rewinds. They're her favorite part of the Saw.
Yeah.
Besides episode 12. And she sent a list of blaxploitation films.
I'm down to go on a blaxploitation because I really enjoy those. I really enjoy those movies. That time period.
It's pretty crazy.
The Super Black Panther. The
friggin' Black Dynamite played completely straight.
There's minimal clip reviews from blaxploitation. All that shit's wrong. Like in terms of PC, none of it's good.
Oh no! Oh like, yeah,
you get canceled right away.
Oh, immediately. Yeah,
but it's so good.
It's so good. It's so good because it's like the core of the story is like honestly, a lot of those movies would still survive if you change the dialogue. Like the movies themselves are really good. The dialogue is all types of out of pocket, but yeah, because they're so good. The Black Dynamite is by far one of my favorite movies of all time. It's so good.
I gotta check it out.
Yeah.
I've not seen.
It's just Michael Jai White just being the detective.
So crazy.
Just being a detective in a blaxploitation movie in the 70s.
I gotta check it out.
I'm gonna tell you one spoiler. Highlight of the movie, he bitch smacked Ronald Reagan's wife.
Oh wow.
Because she said some inappropriate things to black people. He smacked her. He was like, you don't say that to black people. She's like, I'm sorry. I'll do better next time. And so then the next shot is Black Dynamite's girl grabbing his one leg. And it's Ronald Reagan's wife like scooting over to his other leg and grabbing it. And then the wind just start blowing. Ridiculous. Completely insane.
Super.
Just so
I
good.
gotta check that out.
So good.
That's on the list.
Yeah,
that's a good time.
That one and Undercover Brother, I love.
Oh yeah, Undercover Brother. I watched that. Yeah.
Black Dynamite is that same vein.
Oh, okay.
Just turn to 11.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. Undercover Brother was cool. Mm-hmm. Did you know it's a part 2?
No,
it's bad.
I figured if
you
I
just made that up.
It's Undercover Brother.
That shit on Tubi.
That's what you want. Tubi has its own genre.
Who was in it? Because
I don't know.
It's not Eddie Murphy. What's his name?
Griffith.
Eddie Griffith.
Eddie Griffith.
It wasn't him. There's somebody else that's in Undercover Brother 2, but it's a part 2.
Mm-hmm.
But it's bad. Yeah. I didn't put myself through that either. I have a limit, when stuff Undercover Brother 2 and I looked at the trailer, I'm like, nah.
Yeah. Because Undercover was one of those movies where it wasn't supposed to be good. It was supposed to just be entertaining. Mm-hmm. So when you take Eddie Griffin out, the entertaining part of it.
Yeah, the concept, not the best concept, but he made that movie.
He did.
Everybody that was in it made it.
Yeah.
But he was definitely you needed Eddie Griffin to draw people to see the movie, to see everyone else doing well.
It was good. I liked it. That was one of them.
It's just one of my go-tos. I always go back and watch it for some quick laughs.
For some quick ones, for sure.
Yeah, some quick cheap laughs.
Yeah. I admit, Undercover Brother, that scene with the mayonnaise stuck with me.
It's still hilarious to this day.
I still have nightmares about it, man. Whenever you start talking about that wet ham sandwich that you had that had too much mayonnaise, I just think about just another ham. Man, no amount of hot sauce is going to change that.
No.
Yeah.
That was a lie. That little squirt don't do nothing.
Nah. Super fucking
you get bukkake the moment you bite into that.
That's just terrible, bro. Terrible.
Yeah, that in the opening scene where he didn't spill the orange drink. He was just like whipping his car. Orange drink still in. Yeah, classic.
So
classic.
good, man. That Pootie Tang, like, oh,
I forgot about that
Pootie
one.
Tang.
I'm sorry, man. I watched Pootie Tang. I wanted it to be as funny as the trailer was. And oh man, when we were kids and when we saw the trailer, just the commercials for it, just immediate memes. Before memes are even a thing.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
But
say.
the actual movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it had scenes that cracked me up, but
Yeah, that movie as a whole, yeah. But it seems like,
It was a little too over the top.
Yeah,
I felt like.
They
I
could
think
have had the main character speak English instead of Pootie Tangish.
That was.
Were we too young? Did any of us watch it as adults?
Oh no, don't start going there, Breezy.
I watched it as an adult. I think I want to say I was like late teen when I watched it. Like,
Yeah, I might have to
12,
rewatch that
13.
one.
I don't like where this is going, Breezy. That's what I said. I don't like where this is going.
It's gonna be his pick.
Might have to rewatch that. Yeah,
Oh,
maybe the
man.
jokes went over our young heads at the time.
Maybe there just
I
wasn't
seen
any.
some clips on YouTube not too long ago. It still didn't do
Still
it.
didn't
Yeah.
land.
All right, yeah.
That was a Chris Rock joint, right?
Who the hell was that?
I don't even remember.
I think he was like one of the
Like one of the executive
producers or something like
Yeah,
that,
I think
yeah.
so. Yeah.
Which Chris Rock's humor is hit or miss. Like
Yeah, same for me, yeah.
Sometimes it's hilarious. Sometimes it's like
Chris Rock. I don't think Chris Rock is funny.
Okay.
I think he has stuff. I think he has said funny stuff, but I don't think he himself is funny.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah,
I got
like
you.
I mean, 'cause, I mean, anybody has the ability to say something funny given time, place, and blah blah blah. But I don't think he's.
He doesn't have like comedian charisma.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
I
Like
mean.
when you see Dave Chappelle, whatever, like he comes to deliver a joke, he'll come up there and do a little, and you already laughing. You know, comedians have that. But Chris Rock, like I laugh because I'm laughing at him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because he's just got a Q-tip head and like the big ears. Like I'm laughing at him. He comes in, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, Chris Rock's whole the Chris Rock energy. Can I
The crackhead energy.
Can I give a hot take here?
Yeah.
Gilbert Gottfried.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's the same type of energy. Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
But I always find Gilbert hilarious.
Why is that?
Because he has his lane. He stays in his lane. He know his lane of comedy and his voice and what he was doing. He stayed on. He didn't branch out. He tried nothing special. He was like, I'm gonna be the guy that has the weird ass voice, and if you need me to say some stupid something in my weird voice, that's what I'm gonna do, and that's what he did.
Just freaking yell it out
Yep.
at volume 11 at all times.
And that's what he did.
His humor is filthy. Gilbert Gottfried.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All of our like childhood icons that were wholesome people were filthy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
The Bob Saget joke.
Bob Saget jokes.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Man, friggin'
So
first
bad.
time I actually saw a stand-up of Robin Williams.
Oh, Robin Williams.
was another
He
one.
was my hero. And now he's talking about fucking pandas. What? I was still young. I was still like 13. I
that's
see
your
Robin
mistake.
Williams standing up on the stage. I'm like, oh, Robin Williams. Oh, I love that guy. I love
about
that
Flubber?
guy. Ah,
Yeah.
fucking pandas.
Yeah.
Oh, just dick panda.
Genie
Panda
jokes.
dick. Whatever. I'm like,
And his shit's rapid fire. He got like his energy's
Yeah,
crazy.
Man,
Yeah,
Robin
sure.
Williams was hilarious,
Yeah.
bro.
You couldn't even catch your breath when he was telling jokes.
No,
like,
man, that's how I felt when I watched Delirium Delirium or Delirious.
Oh, Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy. Yeah,
Yeah.
the first time I watched that.
Yeah.
I mean, they had some PC issues in that one too, but a lot of them. But the first time I watched that, I was about like 14, 15, and that was hilarious.
Mhm.
That was funny.
King's Comedy was a good one too.
King's Comedy, classic. Super classic.
Yeah, we were like kids when that came out.
Yeah, I
Yeah, we
rewatched
were.
that
Yeah.
so many times.
So many
Yeah.
times. Like, when I was probably like 10, 12, I could probably recite that movie to you line for line.
Oh, for sure.
wow.
For sure.
Even the laugh track, like I did, I watched that movie all the time.
For sure. Yeah.
That was
my
a
go-to.
moment. The Kings of Comedy was a moment. That was
Mhm.
big.
Yeah.
That-
That was like memes before memes. Cause like during school, you just yell that shit out. You just yell jokes from that at each other.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It was
it was mostly probably Bernie Mac's set had the most.
Bernie
Mac had a
Mac
great
was
set.
Bernie Mac and Cedric were my favorites.
Yeah.
I think Bernie Mac was the guy out the group though.
Yeah.
Oh,
he
them?
was
he was
he
definitely
was
the
number
top
one.
of that one.
Yeah, he was.
Oh, man.
Who do you put number 2 though? Because I think that's the
Ooh.
Tough
Cedric or
question.
Steve.
Dang. For me, it's Cedric because I saw another Cedric's specials, and it was real good.
I'm gonna say Cedric too because I think even like the Steve Harvey show, I like Cedric more than Steve Harvey show because I feel like Cedric is better off the cuff. Like, don't get me wrong, he has good jokes, but like he can his just giving him something and his comeback on it. I love Cedric. Bernie Mac is better at it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, definitely.
But I really like Cedric's too. Plus, I like his kind of like kind of
his unk energy.
Yeah, his unk energy. I love unk energy. Comedians. If you're a comedian, you got unk energy. I'm all in. Yeah, I'm laughing before the moment you walk up here already.
Yeah, Cedric is cool. Too cool for school.
Too cool for school. Man.
Too cool. Yeah. Nobody saying DL.
He's my least. I like him, but he's out of that group. He's my least favorite out of that group. Yeah. But like when you standing, you got the tallest dudes at the table.
Yeah.
Everyone else 6'17", you 7'9".
Got fast forward his part.
A lot of people know.
Dang.
He had a couple good jokes, but
yeah, kind of.
But again, when you standing among you the shortest giant, you still a giant. It's just
I don't know how he even got in the group.
Damn.
Kings of Comedy.
Because wasn't they all? I don't know if it's true or not. Weren't they all on Def Comedy Jam or?
That could be true.
I think so.
You think he was just part of the group and they were just kind of like,
come on. Why not?
Well, a lot of it too is like money, like who draws the most money. He probably did.
Well, generationally though, that makes sense for the comedians. Because think before that was, because he would only fit with that age group. Because before that was the Red and Richard Pryor and all of them.
Yeah, he wasn't gonna fit.
So he was them was the old heads at that time. So he was the kid. So he was with the rest of the kids, I guess, so to speak.
Yeah, they was all like mid-30s, 40s at the time, right? Something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where does Martin fall in with that then?
Ooh, he was a beast on the stage in the 90s. Def Comedy.
He's a weird. Him and
like where is he at in the?
I put him with the next one. Him, Eddie Murphy, Chris Tucker.
That's hard.
Chris Tuckers and them. He will be that though, because that's the 90s, early 90s. So you got the Chris Tuckers.
Eddie's before him though. Eddie will
be with them. I think Eddie and Martin are in that weird space where like they're kind of no one else was like in their.
They're like the only ones of their age.
Their age bracket. Yeah. Because then because you get Eddie Murphy, you get Martin, and then you get Dave Chappelle, Kevin Hart, you get to Hart.
Chappelle was like young when they were like
he was up and coming.
He was up and coming. He was like in his like early 20s at the time.
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx. You forgot about Jamie Foxx.
I put Jamie Foxx in a league of his own. He's not a comedian. He's not. He's everything. He's not a singer. Jamie Foxx is Jamie Foxx.
He's good at everything though. Absolutely everything he touches, he excels at it.
He's amazing at it.
Yeah.
Is that why they cloned him?
Oh, you talking about what they call him, Jamie Badger? Oh no, that dude they showed the picture of the other day. Man, I mean, put my tinfoil hat on here. Jamie Foxx was doing too good at too much, and they was like, "Nah, bro,
we got him and Chappelle because they cloned Chappelle a couple years ago.
They did clone Chappelle.
That's when he got all buff.
Yeah. Bro, he was skinny. Got all buff and stuff. They cloned a few people.
The cloners, I believe the Jamie Foxx one, and I believe the Gucci Man.
I believe they cloned Gucci Man. I believe they cloned Gucci. That's a fact, man. That's a completely different person.
I don't know if a man can go through enough reformity to go from Gucci A to Gucci B.
Oh, I
don't know. Like, I don't know how much reform. Like, how much time does a man need, like, in jail or therapy or whatever, to go from Gucci A to Gucci B? Because, like, I don't believe it.
He went from that kid on Cosby, was the kid on Fat Albert to, like, lead man. Remember that kid on the Fat Albert, the mush mouth?
Yeah.
You missed a few character arcs there, huh?
He had a few character arcs, but it was like a year. He was only in jail, like 2, 3. It was enough time. It wasn't a long time.
A long time. Yeah, that's true.
It was a long time. I guess I don't know how long it takes for after you clone someone for it to age up properly. You know what I mean? I'm not that loyal with science, so I don't know.
They clone the shit is so hilarious.
It is
funny.
It is.
Did they clone Busta Rhymes too? Remember he was?
Yeah, they might have cloned Busta.
I don't know if you can clone that neck though. Busta's
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know
that neck didn't exist before the clone.
Yeah. He cloned them.
You know what? I think it's the Rock effect though, because everyone says when they hang out with the Rock, they just get big.
They hang out with the Rock.
Yeah, because Zac Efron. Did you watch the Baywatch movie?
Oh yeah.
It's hilarious. He's like, just hanging out with the Rock, because he's like, you do your best, and you look over, and the Rock just starting with that, you're just like, damn, I gotta put up some more. You know what I'm saying? I gotta try to do more.
Starting with that.
The male ego.
Right. Well, I say this, like, if being a guy going to a gym with another guy, the male ego kicks in, I think, in a positive way. Because if your boy lift, 10 pounds more, you're like, yeah, throw that bitch on. And you're like, yeah. You do your coming in, like, yeah, do one more. You're like, yeah, I'm gonna do one more.
Yeah.
I think it's a positive side of the positives of masculinity. Like, you can use that to, like, hey, bro, you ain't gonna do 5 more, though.
You ain't gonna do it.
Fuck this up. Even if you do like 6, like,
that's 6. Like,
but that's gonna piss you off, so you don't want to do that whole set. Yep.
Yeah. It's like that because even when I go to the gym now, just some dudes just be throwing them around. And and they keep putting the weights on. I'm in my head thinking like, he not gonna put another plate on. No, he not. He throw it on, and not only is it a plate, it's a 45. I'm like, he not about to do that. And then he lifts it, right? And then it's like, okay, he gonna be done for the day.
Struggle with it.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay, that's max right there. Then you put another plate on, it's another 45. And you're just like, damn, I don't even want to go over there and lift weights. I'm gonna go hit the treadmill.
It's like what he does. Like, I gotta take like 6 of these bitches off.
Exactly. I'm like, no.
Workout right there.
100%. Like, I'll get on up out of here.
Too good, though. Too good. So, I mean, I guess to end this off, though. So, how do you feel like being someone that like stepped away from the gaming anime nerd space for some years for various reasons and coming back of it, largely in part to your wife? How you feel about the whole shebang, man?
Yeah, coming back. I mean, it feels good because it just feels like, I get to do some things that I was on track of doing before, and so like I'm coming back to actually like do it. So it's like living a second childhood almost. So it's like it's pretty cool. So it's like doing this, like, oh man, like this was cool. I did like this. I even rewatched some Dragon Ball Z stuff. I'm like, oh man, this was cool. And I watched Spy Family and
Spy Family's a good one.
Spy Family's a really good one. So I like that one too. And it's like that, and then like these different games and stuff. Like I'm excited for different stuff. Now I'm like, oh man, I can't wait till this Spider-Man come out. I'm like, yesterday. Yeah. I'm like, man, I'm gonna check you out. Like, I'm excited for other things now because it's just like sometimes some old hobbies just become old hobbies, and it's like you don't do them no more, and they don't excite you no more. But now things come full circle. Now I'm back at it, and it's like, oh man, I can't wait till this game come out, or I can't wait to do this again. So it's super exciting. I'm trying my best to continue to keep the balance of like. I'll be like geeking out and maxing out in the game, but then I'm like, I gotta go do this.
Yeah.
So like, man, here comes the adult stuff. Let me get off of this. But it's just like, damn, man, this board so sweet, or whatever I'm doing is so sweet. Yeah. But it's just like,
he's getting fascinated into it.
I gotta kind of pull back, a little bit. And that's the struggle now, because it's like, second childhood, but now it's like in your 30s, and you got all this responsibility. You're talking mortgages, business, careers, all this stuff. So that's what makes it tough to actually do. And it's like, dang, you can't sit on it because as a kid, you sit on the game, man. Like I remember sitting all day on the game. Yeah. On a Saturday, Sunday. Yeah. I ain't done a Sunday night, and I'm mad like I go to school in the morning. I might act like I'm sick. But then when you turn, but you like once you sick, don't let me hear that game on. Your mom like, let me hear that. But like for me, it's like. I'm thrilled to be doing something like different, but it feels like home. It feels like the same in a sense too. So coming back, so that full circle moment, I think is cool. And doing something with my wife now, like I said, we a game where I watch her, and it's like it's a cool activity, and you don't feel bad about it. Like sometimes you feel guilty, like. I don't need to be gaming. Like, I can't be doing that. How you got that guilt.
Remorse.
Gamer's remorse. Like, I don't need to be playing this. I need to be looking at my stock portfolio or something. Exactly. But it's cool, man. Just look at it as, another hobby activity that you do, and that's how I look at it now. So I love it now.
Good, man. That's why I said we needed more adults in the space to understand the space and like bring people back, because it's not something just for kids, and like it takes more people like you that stepped away from the space to come back into the space to tell people like, hey, something weird or lame about it. It's like if you like it, just do it. Just enjoy Enjoy it.
And I feel like when my son gets of age, I mean, he's probably more than likely going to play games and be a gamer. And it's just like, that's something me and him can bond, you know, about too. So it's like, again, that's what I'm saying, living that second childhood. Now he's playing the game. Now you're playing the game with him. And you guys are bonding and building. Because my dad ain't played the game with me. You know, like, it's just in your brain, you know what I mean? Like, they did not play the game with me, like, at all. So
I'm looking forward to that moment. It's like, Dad, can you do this level for me? Like, that's the moment. I'm looking for us. Like, you know about that. I've been doing this for a little bit. I got you.
Yeah.
Get you there. Get you together.
Exactly. Be like, nah. But I think, cause a lot of times, like I've spoken with, friends who played the game too. They was playing the game before, like, I came back into the space, and they aren't playing now. And, you know, I would talk to them about like what's going on? What made you stop? It's like, man, life started hitting me, started hitting me hard, and I had to put it on down and, you know, work a bunch of hours. I had to stack up on my hours and stuff like that. And I'm like, man, I get it. So it's like one of those things where it's like, once things start getting real, you kind of got to let that be lowest on the priority list, you know. But for me, I got a little bit of time where I can do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say too, when people get into that habit too, is like, don't lose the fun. Like, you might not be able to play because it's busy or whatever, but like, still make time for fun. Like, make time for like fun. You need that mental health break. Like, you need that moment to like just veg out, like just drool for a little bit. Like, just like, you know, just healthy for you. Like, just take your mind off, relax, kick your feet up a bit. Like, even if you can't play the game, or like, you know, just sit and be peaceful and like enjoy something. Try to do something nice for yourself. I should say. Like, we're
such a time poor society now because it's just it's a million and one things to do.
Jesus,
so
always. If you're doing something, you're not doing something else.
I hate that feeling. I hate that feeling. Like, it's even hard for me on vacation because it's like, all right, I'm about to just chill, and it's like, my mind is thinking of a million things I should be doing. Maybe I should just send an email. And I'm like, no, I'm about to send an email. Like, but it's going to be real quick. Let me just send this email. Like, and I'm just battling with myself, and I'm on vacation. Right. So now it's like few days go by, and it's like, damn, I ain't sent no emails I should have sent. Right. I should have did this, and this. Then I get that guilt again. It's like, damn, I should have just did it. Like, why didn't I do it? You know, and now it's like, coming back to work, you know, next week, it'd be like, oh, I had all this stuff. I could have knocked out stuff on vacation. But why would I ride myself on my vacation? Exactly. I deserve a vacation. That's what you work for.
Because you work
Exactly. But it's just like, that time management and being such a time poor society, it's just hard to balance everything and just kind of feel like you got everything, you know? Right. I struggle with that a lot.
I feel that.
Fair enough,
I feel that in my heart.
For real. It's unfortunate though, man. It really is, because it's just like, you know, you should be able to relax, but it's just like, is there such thing as relaxing anymore? Man. You know, at this age.
Not in this era.
Once you make it to a certain tax bracket, but that's the goal, right? That's why you do all this stuff.
But then it's like, I obsess over that, because then if I'm in a certain tax bracket, I want to stay there.
Right. Facts.
You know,
True that.
As quick as you can get it, you can lose it just as fast, or even faster. So it's like, all right, when does it ever stop?
It doesn't.
It doesn't. Because I'm quite sure Jay-Z working around the clock and he's a billionaire. Yeah. You know, when does it stop? You know? Right.
I mean, I think it stops when I think at some point you have to make a conscious decision and be like, that's enough. And I actually sent the video of, Jim Carrey to Breezy yesterday, and it was Jim Carrey. It was an interview, and he was like, "It's very rare you'll hear this, but he's like, I have enough." He's like, if I get a script that someone sends me that is like just amazing, or I feel like I'm the one that needs to play this character, I'm the one that needs to do this. He was just like, I'll do it, but he's like, for now, he's like, I got enough. He's like, I don't want to do nothing else. He's like, I'm cool retiring, living my life with me and my girl, just paying and doing all that. He's like, I don't want to do anything else. And I think it's just like, honestly, it's an honest decision to look in. Is like, when do you have enough? Yeah. Because at some point, the thing that I would never want to be a billionaire, because for me, like, to get to $1 billion, you had to do some things that you shouldn't have done to get to $1 billion. Like, $1 million, maybe once you get to $1 billion, you've done several, or you may not have necessarily done them yourself, but you have proved some things indirectly, or even directly, because you know about it. You have to know about it at some point. You're not worth $1 billion without taking something from someone, taking something out of someone else's hand. You know what I mean? It's not. That's not for me. Like, I don't know where this pod will go or what will happen with us for what we do and how successful we may or may not have.
Yeah.
But it's like, if I can get to a point where I want to get to a point where I can go to the store and my kids and my wife look at me and tell me they want to buy something and I can just buy it and I don't have to think about it. That's where I want to get to.
Yeah.
And not necessarily like buy a car, but like when they're like, we can go shopping.
Yeah.
I want to buy I want to buy all these shoes and all these clothes or whatever and get this stuff.
To second guess anything.
I'm going to second guess. I'm like, oh no, baby, I wait till Christmas or birthday, whatever. I want to be able to do that. And once I can do that, I have enough. I can be there. I can be whatever.
So is that a number that you would need to get to, or is that like a?
I'm sure it is a number. I don't know what that number is now, but I'm sure it is. It is a number of, and not necessarily a number, maybe a place. Because what I mean is like get to a certain point where I can do that, and I just want to maintain that.
Right.
Like not necessarily keep pushing to gain more, but just push to maintain where I'm at. And if I get a little bit more in the process, then I'm all for it.
Yeah. Yeah,
I don't need everything. Just give me enough to take care of me and mine. Maybe a little bit more so I can take care of a couple other people I meet along the way. I'm good.
Yeah, that's interesting. I think for me, I think it is a number, but I just don't know what that number is yet. And I don't know when I will ever figure out what that number will be. But I think it would be a number that I would want to hit. And once I hit that number, I'm like, all right, I'm good. Like
for you, I can definitely see it being a number, like an actual, physical number. You would need to actually see, sign off on, take a picture or whatever. Yeah, I can see that.
And it's like, all right, then once I hit this number, this is what I'm going towards. And once I get this, then I'm just, chill. Cause for me, like the freedom is the most important thing. Financial freedom to just kind of do, what you want to do. You know what I mean? And not really have to worry about things because like mortgages and investments and things like that can make you a slave to whatever job you're at. Because it's like, I gotta always pay this damn mortgage or I'm on the street. So I might have to do some things I don't want to do. I might have to work a job I don't want to for a duration of time. But if I have a specific number that I can hit where all of that's taken care of, then that's what I need to strive for. And then I get that freedom back. Because right now, I might be tied to something I just like, I just got to keep doing this to make the money. Yeah. I'm just here for a check. You know, how many times I done heard that in my life? Oh, I'm just here collecting money. Man. I'm just here because I got to be. Yeah. Or Marshawn Lynch. You know why I'm here.
It's all good fine. It's all good fine.
But yeah, you guys know like pretty much like what your lives are going to look like in like 15, 20 years. You guys got like a kind of outline, right?
Yeah, a general outline. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Outline maybe a couple bullet points. But
yeah.
I know kind of some stuff I want to do, but I have no idea like what I want that to look like.
To be honest though, Sophie shapes a lot of it, and not in the sense that like she's controlling my life, but in the sense of like having a wife take care of the home. She kind of like inadvertently dictates like how our life goes. And I don't know how to say this without sound. It's gonna sound bad, but like she kind of sets the pace where like because like we're not like Emma is our focus. Like we just had a kid, so like she takes the like she's primary care of Emma. And like you have a kid, like your focus kind of shifts to Emma. And since she's the primary caretaker of making sure that Emma has everything we need, like our lives kind of revolve around that. Yeah. So just inadvertently, like decisions and things like that, whatever. She's kind of just been kind of planning it out. And like once you get married and you're in like a good place in your marriage and like kids or whatever, your life kind of plans itself, more to speak. And like you kind of just interject with like, we need a new car here. We need to figure out what car we need to get, or like stuff like that. Like it kind of, the marriage part of it, like my home life kind of plans itself out, but like every other aspect like needs a little bit more effort into it. Not that I don't put any effort into my home life. It's just that like, that's kind of like where I am in my life is kind of like already, I feel like while you're in a similar situation where it kind of is already it's set, but it's like I'm not really doing much to change it. It's just pretty much it exists in the place that it is right now.
No, I agree, and I really don't want to work past 50. Like that's something I think about. That's something I think about a lot. Like hopefully it's a lot sooner. But like, and when I say work, I mean like really just being punching somebody clock and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I think I'll be working forever, like in some form capacity, right? Something is going to always drive me. I don't think I'll just be vacationing just all the time. I mean, that'll be sweet though, but it's going to be something that I have some goal in mind, like, cause I'm here for a purpose.
I feel like, if you reach like the end game that you really want to go for, you may be able to vacation and work on your vacations with no guilt.
Yes. That's one thing. I imagine you just having a laptop, like waking up in the morning, having a cup of coffee, doing a couple trains, whatever. Like, all right, I made my money for the day.
I made my money for the day.
It's like, all right, going about your day. Like a couple hours.
2 hours a day.
2 hours, you know, you had your breakfast, your orange juice. Then you hit the gym and you're like, all right, I'm good. Ready for the rest of the day.
Exactly.
All right. Well, Juan, we want to say, as from SOTP, we want to say thanks for having you on, man. Appreciate you. Sure, we'll see you more in the future.
Yeah.
You know, I appreciate you coming back to the gaming world, the nerd coming into our nerd space.
Yes, I'm here.
You're one of us now.
Yeah. Join us. Join us.
Yes.
Join us.
I'm here.
Yeah, but with that, SOPT, we're out. So with that, may your pillow stay cold and your bed stay warm.
Stay perfect, chat.
Peace.